Okay. I'm only really doing this morning. I know a lot of people won't be able to watch this live, considering like for a lot of Americans, this is like 9 o'clock in the morning or so, possibly even earlier. So I'm only gonna stream just kind of for like the VOD after. Essentially, I don't feel like recording a video and then editing it down, so I'm just gonna stream for like an hour and a half maybe, and just kind of go over some new things. So, let's see. I need to pull up a changelog screen first. Let's see. Okay. Pull up the changelog, and of course you can see in front of you already there's a new F4 for Japan. Alright, let's see. So we have the changelog is essentially everything marked in blue on the dev server link. So if you're in the Discord, you can already find that in the War Thunder channel. But let's see. So they added the T1 pack, which I saw. They updated the Mustang Mark 1 Ace model. They added the F4 EJ Kai. Sweden, the jacked Vegan is in blue, which makes me assume that they actually like fixed it, which we'll go over in a minute. Actually, I already saw it. They added a new reserve destroyer and another thing called HMS Verdun, which I'm assuming is British. Sorry, but it has the name of the German battle. They added the new locations, so we can see those. They reduced the Comets and the Iron Duke Comet fire rate from 10.2 to 8.1 shots per minute. So it got a massive reload nerf. It's about like, I think maximum now it's like 7 seconds rather than like 5 point something. They changed how the TOW 2B works as well. And they changed how armor parameters for gun barrels on ground vehicles where armor differed. So essentially, they're saying that wait, what? Where the values differ from those? I don't know. They just changed the value of gun barrels, is what it seems. They've also added a bunch of animations for shell ejection, which I want to look at. So there's a nice list here. Oh god, the R3 even has it. They changed the composition of the armor belts for the GSH-23L, and S-24 rockets have been replaced with S-24Bs on the MiG-21 SMT, the MiG-23M, the MiG-27M, the Su-17M2, the German Mi-24 Premium, the Mi-24P, V, and M. So they have a better S-24. And they added the fire control system for naval now. So I might look at that for a minute. They changed essentially the post-war Japanese camos, which we looked at previously. For some reason it's marked in blue, so maybe they didn't realize they added it. And then they added new decorations: pine, olive, autumn, banana leaves, and straw. Let's see, fire control room. So there's a new fire control room apparently. So if that gets knocked out, I'm assuming that it makes it take longer. So when all of them are intact, the players to lock on a target, blah blah blah. So yeah, yeah, that's pretty much it. So I'm gonna keep this on my other screen here and tab out regularly to view it. First thing we're gonna look at is, yes. So I wanted to say this actually. A lot of people were countering me that I know on the Vigant getting countermeasures because they said that it would be like the best jet in game, and I'm like, well, the British are going to give sky flashes on their Phantom, which means that they're going to have 4 sky flashes while the Vigant only has 2. And the FGR is, I mean, it's not exactly the best performing jet in game, but it's fast. And also I do apologize, my allergies are killing me this morning, so going to be a lot of sniffling. But anyways, yeah, so I was saying, like, I already knew that the Vigant was, like, probably going to get flares, just because, like, we saw the EJ Kai was kind of hinted. In the mission editor, you could see it was there. Now it's obviously, for the most part, most likely finished, now that it actually has its icon and everything. But, of course, it is a dev server, so, you know, the usual subject to change shit. So, I had a feeling that if the Vigan didn't get flares, it was already gonna get like power creeped within the next update. So I was kind of just like, just give it flares, because like it's not that big of a deal. I mean, yeah, you get a one-trick pony, you get 2 better sky flashes. However, in the last dev server, it said on the stat car it was 30G, and they said in the dev blog it was 30G, but in the files it still said 15G. So to me, it seems that here it says on the stat card 15G. I'm going to go ahead and assume that it was always meant to actually have 15G as its overload. Or Gaijin did it on purpose to balance it, because maybe they thought that it would be whack. And as you can see, now it says JA37C. So they have corrected it. The cockpit had a cockpit of the JA37C. Everything pointed to it being the C variant, and Gaijin was like, no, we'll call it the Jacked Vigan. Or like the, you know, the JA37A Jacked Vigan. So finally, it will actually, Sweden will actually have like a really good top tier. And I already did research the flares. You can kind of see them on the bottom. I can't go into Ansel because my joystick's plugged in and it'll screw me up. But yeah, they're right there. You can see them. So I'm going to go and test flight real quick. And then we'll look at the EJ. So essentially, yeah, I figured, I'm like, okay, they're going to add the EJ. It's obviously going to get a better missile, which again, we will get onto in a minute. I genuinely was just like, there's no way in hell that they're going to just make the Vigan the way that it was in the first dev server, simply because the first dev server, we already kind of had a feeling that the EJ Kai was coming. And again, I just thought, I'm like, okay. Yeah, does it get E2 Sparrows? The EJ Kai does. I don't know about any other, but yeah, we'll get onto that in a minute. So essentially, there's your flare pods. It doesn't get a ton of flares, but it's enough. And I have mine set to the quad pop, essentially, so you can pop 4 flares every part of the series. Because I use the flare series, it's much easier just to press the button while managing your other keystrokes rather than, you know, worry about it. So, you know, in the turn, pop flares kind of above it, which is kind of weird, but they still just need to get flare velocity right, because flares, like, don't just, like, fall out of the aircraft like that. They have some kind of velocity behind them. Yeah, there you go. And it's, again, they're probably going to have to fix that, because the F4E Phantom had this bug for, like, a good half a year, where the flares are on the bottom, but they were always popping out of the top. So, it now gets its pulse Doppler. As you can see, it says PD. So, that is a real, excuse me, really powerful radar. However, it's only got a 9-degree vertical scan and a 4-degree, and then you can have a 30 horizontal, 6 vertical, which is, I mean, it's wonderful, but essentially you're just going to have to kind of scan the nose up and down. But yeah, as you can see, the radar on the right side kind of is a little different now, and it looks like it's going to retain that lead indicator. Problem is for sim though, they haven't really, like the MiG-23M had this issue where it has the little pipper, like the little circle. If you play DCS and you played any of the Russian aircraft, you know what I'm talking about on the HUD. But there's not the gun pipper. There's just the target's little circle. So for sim, the MiG-23 kind of sucks because they haven't really modeled its actual like gyro, whatever you want to call it. Like it's calculating gun sight essentially. It seems a big insane. So I don't even remember what I set my fuel to, but it seems like the fuel drain is still insane. I don't know if that's gonna be perfect or not. And also, I don't know if the flight model is done with this again. But I'm just gonna, I'm on minimum fuel, so I'm gonna fly like fucking crazy, man. But yeah, actually, it does seem. It says I'm pulling 15G, which the fact that my pilot can even withstand that at all is just, you know, War Thunder being War Thunder, but it seems like, yeah. Let me restart real quick. I'll get to the EJK in a moment. And yeah, the Vigan did get its pulse Doppler. So, yeah. Also, yeah, I have the firing mode. So, now that we have pulse Doppler radars, that means that air combat is going to have to be a little bit different because again, I've played DCS, so I'm already kind of familiar with it. I'm not the best at notching, but I know some people that are. But essentially with War Thunder, there's not going to be any more of this stupid little, like, you turn at the last second type thing. I mean, it's still going to exist, right? But shut up, chill, Crusader. If I'm good for here. I hate that noise. So, what was I saying? Yeah, so essentially, when it comes to having a radar that's pulse Doppler, you need to notch the radar, which means that you go at like a certain direction and speed, I believe perpendicular to the radar source that kind of matches you in with the ground clutter. And the pulse Dopplers, while they do remove a lot of ground clutter, they can still be fooled, but it seems the way War Thunder models radars, I don't know how valid it's going to be represented for right now. So it's going to take them a couple of patches most likely to get it right, but again, we'll just have to see. If I go to acquire mode, it uses its pulse Doppler function. If you switch the radar to pulse Doppler and then it's probably not even a track. Yeah, I figured that. I suck with the gun being under it. But yeah, if you switch to pulse Doppler and then you switch to the ACM mode, which I don't know why. Okay. It will retain the pulse Doppler function, which should probably make it easier for you to detect aircraft against the ground. Also, holy shit, a jet's flying over my house. Wow, we're getting immersive, boys. Probably hear that. The window's open. Yeah, you need to be perpendicular to the radar source. Yeah. So essentially, that's like the very basic explanation of it. But yeah, the Vigen's going to get its countermeasures. The Sky Flash seems to be getting balanced, as I had a feeling it was. I don't think they're actually going to give it 30 Gs. I remember also chatting with Zataris about this. He said he was really trying to find somewhere that, like anywhere online that could point to it being a 30 G missile. But sadly, it's not. Also, I just want to check the Crusader real quick. Okay, I didn't get any new armament for friends. But Vigen versus F4E, who's better? Well, versus the F4E, I would say that the Vigen is better. It seems like its energy retention, like, actually, like, is somewhat correct now. It actually kind of bleeds speed in a turn. It's pulling, like, 15 Gs, which is insane. And your pilot definitely shouldn't even be, like, awake during that rapid onset 15G. But yeah, so the Vigen getting its flare bods means that it actually has a chance against an enemy. I mean, would you take chav? Because you only get 48 flares in total. Would you take a mixture of chav and flare? I don't really know. I think, I'm not certain on this. I've heard mixed answers. But the bug where if you fire a Fox 1 missile at someone and then they pop chaff, as long as your radar is slaved to the chaff and you keep it locked on and the game doesn't like auto like remove it off, and you just keep the chaff logged, the Sparrow will still go towards the enemy and kill them, which is really stupid. So I don't really even bother with chaff. But again, now that the Sky Flash seems to actually be not 30 Gs, and even on the first dev server, it was only performing to 15G. It was still 15G in the file, so either it's a balance thing or it was just a correction that they did. So yeah, again, I kind of saw this coming, and the reason why, again, and we'll get to, is because they added the F4EJ Kai. So the F4EJ Kai gets, as you can see here, AIM 7Es, but as an upgraded Sparrow, gets AIM 7E2s, okay? Which, they have the same 15G overload, right? However, I think really the only difference is that the flight time is longer. This should also have around like a 5-second burn time. So they actually did fix that chaff bug, you're saying? Should be J's 37D, not C. But no, it is the C though. The C got the countermeasures in this form first, so it is a C. Do we see Sparrows in the FGR2? Yeah, Smitten said that they were supposed to get Sky Flashes. Yeah. Okay, there you go. They should be the same. Yeah, 15G. So essentially, again, this is what I was saying. I'm like, them not originally they kind of, I don't know if they really said it like outright, but they did kind of originally deny what do you call it, the Sky Flash being on the FGR, and obviously the Vig, like they pretty much like denied. They were like, okay, it'll just be the Vigan, and like the FGR2 is going to remain the same. I wonder, is the FG1 getting them as well? Yeah, so both the British Phantoms will get the Sky Flash. And I was just kind of like, it doesn't really make any sense that they would just do that for Sweden, because it was kind of like a weird balancing problem. Again, it was the first dev server. I didn't buy it at all. A lot of people, I think, were like, oh, the Vigan's going to be so OP, this, that, and the other thing. Because of the radar or whatever. So the FGR's radar is going to be worse than the EJ Kai's and the Vigans, but it's still a better radar than the other Phantoms that were already in game. So again, 4 Sky Flashes. This is why I was like the whole countermeasure thing with the Vigan. 4 Sky Flashes, 4 AIM-9Gs, okay, which I believe it's still just AIM-9G. You know, 4 AIM-9Gs, 4 Sky Flashes. I get the FGR has a gun pod, you know, the British ones have a gun pod, but still, it's got better engines than the F4E that perform better at a different altitude, right? It has flares, a lot more flares than the Vigan ever would carry, right? It didn't make sense to me that they would just not give the Vigan countermeasures while I already knew that they were pretty much going to decide and add Sky Flashes to the FGR2, the FG1, and the hint that we had of the EJ Kai, which is going to get AIM-7E2s, which are essentially on par. So, literally, anyone who was like, the Vigan is going to be super OP and slap everything, I was like, okay, you don't know that, because, like, people that I know that have been fooled by this before, like, genuinely thinking that this wasn't going to be a thing, I'm like, okay, it's Gaijin. Like, they are stupid at times, but sometimes they do kind of understand what they're doing. So, again, like, anyone who thought that the Vigan was just going to be added in a vacuum, honestly, fell for it again. And I'm surprised that a lot of people that I know that did fall for it, fell for it. So, yeah, this is going to be the EJ Kai. You're going to get AIM-7E2s and AIM-9Js. So, no later AIM-9P, which, okay, listen, boys, got to understand something. One more patch, 1 or 2 more patches, and then they might try to add Fox 2s that are all aspect, that are normal Fox. Like, the R-23 on the MiG-23 does not count. That missile is, like, pretty much only used for head-ons and some odd side shots, okay? So, like, that missile, it's not overpowered at all, alright? But if they add, you know, an AIM-9 P5, I believe is all aspect. I'm not sure if the P3 was. But, again, if they added better SAMs, or not SAMs, wow, sorry. It's really early in the morning for me. Also, there's another jet flying over. I live by an airport, by the way, so that's going to be common. It's hot out. Thanks, aircraft, for making me lose my train of thought. Shit, I lost. Where was I again? I don't remember. Shit. Someone help me out. What was I just talking about? Fuck. It's so early in the morning. Oh, Fox 2s. Yes. Okay. All aspect Fox 2s, like, again, the R23Ts is balanced. It's not super good, but if they add R60Ms, AIM-9 P5, you know, like, they add actual proper Fox 2s with all aspect seekers, we would have a problem. Okay. So, yeah, that's kind of the problem. But, okay. Yes, the EJ does get the F-16A's radar. Okay. There you go. There's your max search range. It says, or max range, it says. So that's like the max, like, acquiring range, like, that you can actually fire a missile at. Or sorry, solid lock a target at. Its max search zone is 120 horizontally, 20 vertically. It's got look down. It has IFF. It has BVR and ACM modes. So I'm just gonna take it for a flight real quick. Does US4 F4 get E2s? I, for some reason, doubt it. I haven't checked yet. Like I said, I literally just woke up. I'm only streaming this for like the VOD. I mean, there's plenty of people watching now, but essentially, because it's kind of a weird time, I'm assuming a lot of people won't be able to view the stream, so. I gotta take a sip of my coffee though. I need to wake up. Oh shit. Okay. Pulse Doppler radar function. And it's got probably the nicest Phantom cockpit I've ever seen. Look at that. Look at that HUD. Take a screenshot of that one. Fucking Falcon sound. I don't like the tail end of the bird noise. It sounds really odd. It's like the reverb, I guess, but it sounds really weird. You know, them changing sounds is really great, but if they don't make it that you can actually hear an aircraft that's subsonic coming at you from like a mile away and it's still like a stealth jet, then I don't really care. Go to ECM mode here. Come on. He's essentially just notching the radar because the angle is. Do I get any sort of HUD marks? No. Alright, let's go hit this other one with the Sparrow. Why not? But yeah, essentially the E2 is the same as the Sky Flash. The burn time is going to be the big diff. Oh yeah. Oh, what? Really? Hold on. Okay, maybe the E2 doesn't get extra burn time. I want to say that it's supposed to, because I thought that was kind of the point. Again, it's dev server, but whatever. The Sky Flash definitely did have a longer burn time on the last dev server. I don't know about the E2 though, so we'll just have to see. Do I get any sort of ballistic computer? The HUD doesn't get it. It doesn't get its ground functions. That's really sad. You know what I really like from this new patch is all the new flare effects. That's what I like. Also, I was gonna make a community post and a poll. I forgot to even. Did I even make that post? Did I even publish that? No, I didn't. I deleted it. Whatever. Okay. We pull off the Afterburner Mach 1 and see if it maintains it. It will. The F4E can already super cruise at high alt. They buff other nations as a test for what's coming to USA next patch, so if it's OP, it doesn't beat you. Oh, also another thing, kind of sad, but from what I understand, they nerfed this little guy. They removed its stabilizer, but they gave it like insane vertical traverse, like the Martyr. Yeah, I lost the staff. That's really sad. But you get insane. Oh my god. Let me go on the move real quick. Apparently they nerfed its transmission. Some people have noticed a change. I mean, mud is mud, so let's be real here. It's not that bad when you're going really slow. I mean, it's an autocannon, right? So it's not like you're firing one shot with no stabilizer and you gotta reload. Jesus. Doesn't Japan have a lot of environments where like it's really muddy, rough terrain, and yet they made a wheeled vehicle that like can't handle it? I mean, I guess this is War Thunder 2, so it doesn't matter. I just find that ridiculous. But yeah, that's just something I wanted to mention for anyone who wanted that goofy little thing. And I wanted to look. I don't think France got any new tanks. Yeah, I figured as much. Let me go real quick and look from muscle memory here. Where's the Mustang Premium? There it is. This apparently got like an updated model or something. That just looks higher res to me. Yeah. And then they added the TU1 premium, where that is, I don't know. Where is it? Jesus, 5 points. What the hold on. You can get 3 Fab 1000s. You can take 2 torpedoes, wet heating torpedoes, under 54. So you have like a decent torpedo bomber for naval, although it's 5.7 and the AA is insane, and that's kind of a slow drop speed. But you get 2 45s, 2 23s. Okay, this premium might be a bit whack. Hold on, let me. And it's got the armored target belts. Hold on. I'll get to everything else, but like I just want to look at this real quick. That's like a cool like prototype camo. 23s, 45. Holy shit. Okay. Okay, oh, hold on. Full stop. This thing, it's a higher battle rating than the Tisma, but it is literally a better ground attacker than the Tisma, simply because the 45s are directly under the nose. There's no convergence needed, nothing, just because the 45s, if you continuously fire them, they are very inaccurate. Holy shit. No Tupolev in the game has this loadout, if I'm not mistaken. And those don't look like conventional Russian 1,000-kilogram bombs. Wait, no, the Russians don't even. Is there any plane in game that even carries a 1,000-kilogram bomb for Russia from World War II? Oh my God, they dropped single. This thing is going to be really fat and slow, but oh my lord. Just the 8-10 moment for World War II. Just like, that was a bad shot, but like, still. Jesus. Are we getting the M9C for the F-80? I don't know. I will go check, actually. The French was still the same. They just the R530, so that's France. Oh my God, I'm buying this thing. Or whatever Golden Eagles I got. I'm getting that thing. That thing just looks like it would be hilarious for 5.7 Russia for credit making. So let's see. Okay, so reading chat real quick. So the M9C, the Jaguar A, the French one, should have gotten flares. I was told that it was supposed to. It was actually, I thought it was supposed to during like a live patch, but yeah, it's gonna get flares and chaff. I don't know where the dispenser is. I think it looked last time. I think it was like below the wing or something. I don't remember, but yeah, it's got flares. Either way, it's got flares. F-80 remains the same for its armament. I looked at that a minute ago. Apparently, by the way, I heard from a friend that the automatic and the Tunguska were supposed to get an IRST function, which means that you won't know that they're locking you. The Tunguska, if that is true, if that's true, okay, it is fucking true. Holy shit. What's my mode key? Scope mode. Oh. Are you I'm at a loss for words. Did that just respawn? Did they respawn now? Did they actually listen to that? Oh my God, they did. Okay, so I don't know if any normal players mentioned it, but someone on the first dev server, one of the CCs I know, had mentioned that there should be some sort of like respawn or some like things you could do in the test drive that make it a little bit more like in the so you didn't need to like restart or anything for the targets, and they actually that's loud as shit, by the way. That's this is retarded. Okay. I don't know if any other AAs are gonna get this. The ADATS was already wire guided, or not like wire guided, laser guided. So the ADATS like doesn't like need this. I don't know how many SAMs have this. All I heard was that the Auto and the Tunguska had it. I don't know about like the Flak Rat and stuff. They just took arguably the already best SAM in game, the best Spag SAM, because it still has guns, unlike, you know, the German, and just made it like, obviously my radar's still spinning, so I'm emitting a signal. So every idiot, okay, that already spawns in and they turn off the radar and they sit there and they add a tank, which, wow, that gun sound was cool. Alright, everyone that already spawned in with their AA off, right? Now they actually have a function. Now, instead of turning their radar back on, you just switch to IRST. I know it's a Canberra and it doesn't have RWR, but if this is a Phantom, how would he know? He wouldn't know. He wouldn't know. You know, so a lot of people already didn't even, in the first place, didn't even use the radar. A lot of people just manually, you know, they just do this. Right? Which, okay, I don't even think that's proximity in arms. Okay. Alright, there we go. Bonk. Yeah. Okay. Okay, listen, hear me out, okay? A lot of people already were doing this with missiles, right? You know, especially against, like, helicopters. And they've kind of corrected how missiles fly, so they're not super insane. Like, you kind of see it actually does kind of stabilize itself. But now, I'm just going to use IRST, so I do get a gun lead indicator. This sounds like Gaijin's version of the Battlefield Tunguska noise. Yes. For the does this sound like Battlefield 4? If the Flak Rat also gets this is just insane. They just made using cast like even more ridiculous. You just wouldn't. I can just sit here. My hands are not on anything. I'm just sitting here. It's probably still gonna miss because I'm not close to the target, but you wouldn't know, right? Do one more. Just sit. All right. Currently, I'm the average SAM player. I'm itching my balls with one hand and watching my missile fly with the other hand with my Mountain Dew. Okay. All right. IRST for you, ladies and gentlemen. I can't believe I actually hit that. That's hilarious. Wait, Bradley. Okay, I always want to do that. Yeah, they just radar is pretty much like a downside. You're right. Oh my god. Just even for the sake of game balance, I can't even believe they added that. That's ridiculous. I don't have the Flak Rat, but I have well, nearly have the system. Wait, actually, I can just go to the French one. That's quicker. Yeah, you know, that's the thing. I remember when I first played the automatic, even without radar locking and like the laser rangefinder, like auto ranging, the problem that I had. Okay, this doesn't get it. No IRST for this SAM. Don't most LEs have an IR suppression system? Yeah, but that's not the same. That's for like heat seekers, and either way, it doesn't even work because a lot of the heat seekers that are hitting helis from the ground, like the Mistral and like the Stinger and whatnot, they have the countermeasure systems in their seekers for the IR suppression systems, so it's about like a 50-50 chance. But currently War Thunder, I've seen the Mistral and the other missiles actually hit helicopters most of the time, but I'd say maybe it's like a 60-70% chance. And yeah, Assist Taker, I did make your screenshot the thumbnail because I didn't want to reuse the other thumbnail from the other stream. So that was a pretty good screenshot, I will say. Does Italy get something new? They do get the F-104G. They don't get the ASA. And so from what I understand, okay, the F-104 ASA would only have either AIM-9Bs or AIM-9Ls. So Smin said that they don't want to add the ASA because essentially of balance reasons. Because if you give something like the ASA, it would have, I'm pretty sure the ASA has countermeasures, and AIM-9Ls, and the Aspide, which is essentially a Sky Flash. You take the speed and the flares and the missiles, and you get something that no one can really catch. It can defeat missiles because it'll have countermeasures, and it can shoot things from the front. Okay. So they're not going to add the ASA yet, and honestly, I don't really care. I'm just kind of mad that because of all this other shit they're adding, that they decided to go with the historical thing for the F-104S and then just remove the gun with the Sparrows, because that's how it historically was. So like, they shouldn't do this, considering what they just added. They haven't added the ASA yet. Wait till the ASA gets added. It's kind of stupid. So, yeah, I wouldn't bother playing Italy and ARB like at all. It's just kind of pointless. So, yeah. Italy, ladies and gentlemen. Never enjoying the moment for too long. What does the 40 mil and the 9040 sound like? I'm not sure. They changed. Did they overhaul like everything? I didn't see anything about the sounds in the change log. I didn't read it. Yeah, they did. That sounds beautiful. Okay. Okay. Hold on. All right. I just popped a half chub. Give me a second. Jet, shut up. God damn, that was amazing. Something new for France. There's nothing new for France other than the F8E, which I already went over last step server, and I already just kind of showed it. It's got really nothing to it other than it's got magics. It's 2 magics. That noise was amazing. I'll check out the Shilka real quick. Why not? We'll do the Shilka, and then I'm gonna move on. Kind of annoying, anyways. Yeah, like I never really minded fixed wing casts, honestly. Oh, they changed the tracers on the Shilka too. Finally, you don't have the blinding white tracers. That's really nice. There you go. That's a Shilka. That's really nice. I actually like that they changed the tracers as well. That was nice. All right, I'm gonna look real quick at the M1A1. I don't think it got anything changed. This is just me personally. No, I click all the wrong buttons. Okay, that's the same. All right, we will check. I don't believe that the F80 got flares because I don't even think any Crusader had flares. No flares. Okay, I'm pretty sure there's not a single Crusader that had flares. Maybe like the last one, which is like what, the F8J? RWR. Does the F80 actually have its RWR inbuilt into the plane? Because it didn't. There's no modification, so I don't think it has one. When will America get another top tier plane? Next update? buddy, you're looking at it. I didn't mount missiles. That's a shame. I forgot, actually. I didn't even notice. It doesn't get AIM-9Cs, did it? No. Why not? You've got 3 F8s in the game now. 2 of them American. This is, I think... Couldn't the F8... Couldn't the AIM-9C also be on, like... Wasn't it on the Sky Knight? And, like, a bunch of other... and the Demon? Those are AIM-7Cs. They're not AIM-9Cs. But, like... It would just be equivalent, essentially, to that Russian R3R thing. Like... It's been in the files for, like, I think over a year. Almost maybe 2 years. I'm not sure. I want to say just maybe a year and a half. And they just... just haven't even bothered, like... Did I already check the EJ Kai? Yeah. Yeah, I did. Also, again, this thing no one asked for. YH64. Nice meme. The F6F at one point. Lamel. It's not an M14, it's just an M14. Yeah, bro, if it's not an aardvark and F14, I don't want it. Sips loudly and profusely. I think people IGs at high speeds, yeah. I was actually watching, I don't know if you guys have seen, and I'm assuming a lot of you nerds probably have seen it, because you all play War Thunder with me. Have you seen that the History Channel released all the dogfight episodes a couple months ago, I think it was? I was watching a couple of them the other day. I watched one about F8 Crusaders. Yeah, like... I remember someone asked something about the Martyr earlier. What was that? I don't even remember that question. Something about the Martyr was gonna get maybe a new round or something. Well, the Martyr already had APDS in the last dev server. Can I see its pen value? 66. Okay, not bad. Let's see what else. What else did I... Oh, let me go back to the changelog real quick. I forgot. There was one thing I want to check. So they animated a bunch of shell ejection rounds for different tanks. I want to look at that actually real quick. Where's the list? Animation for shell ejection has been added to the following vehicles: the M56 Scorpion, the Panzerjäger 1, the Martyr 3s, the 88 Flak, the Dicker Max, the Sturry Mill, the Nashorn, the Waffenträger, the Martyr A1 and A3, so the Cold War Martyrs, the Sonderkraftzeug 6.2, which one is that? I think is that the, is that the Puma? No. Oh, the Flak, okay. The Jag-10, the Su-76M, the Gaz AA Dishka, and the Gaz AA 72K, the Zis-12 94KM, the Zis-43, the Honi, Miso Honi, the Nato, the AS-42, the Semovente got it, the Breda got it, the R3, the French low-tier flak truck, the Lorraine 37L, the PVKV2, Ister VM42 Delatorn, the other Swedish tank, the L62 Anti-2, the VK40, and the Falcon. Okay, I want to look at that. Hold on. I'm sorry, I gotta look at the Falcon first, because I was just messing with this thing in a custom battle the other day. Like, this thing is just ridiculously stupid. Oh, you see the fucking thing? Okay, that's kind of epic. Excuse my piss poor aim. Turn this down a little bit. I can't hear myself fucking think. Jesus. Okay, that's kind of cool. Next, for the shits and gigs, obviously, we're gonna have to look at the R3. Like, come on, it's the R3. Let's be real here. Everyone knows the R3. Don't mind the camo. I'm totally not joking right now. Coming out at the bottom. Yeah. Oh, and don't mind Mike being absolutely roided up on the front. This is my dirt cam, my desert camo. That's really funny, honestly. Now I want to go look at the Semovente, because the Semovente doesn't have like a bag, like basket, so it should just fly right out. Where is it? Look how they massacred my boy. 3.7. I don't have the chat screen pulled up on my other monitor right now. I have the list pulled up, so I won't be able to read anything for a moment. Yes. Not like I'm gonna really play that this often, but. Nice. I feel like shouldn't that be quicker? Doesn't the shell casing go out pretty much? I guess it's right speed. That's pretty cool. I kind of want to look at the story mill, and then the flak bus and the scorpion, and then you'll kind of have an idea of pretty much everything else in that list. I forgot it's all the way down here. Because this thing has 128 shells. Also, they must have changed the 128 gun sound again, of course. The legendary 128 that no one likes. Wow. Okay, I'm pretty sure that back hatch is supposed to be open, so it kind of just flies through the back of the tank. Okay. Okay. Alright. One more shot. I don't actually know the range. It should be around 1,000. Okay. It just kind of comes out the back. Okay. What else did I want to say? Oh yeah, the flak bus, which would probably be the same. Actually, let me go look at the scorpion. Because the scorpion has all that recoil. Where is it? There it is. Okay, now someone needs to make a sound mod so that every tank that has a shell ejection, there's just a little fart noise. Just a little. Got it! There you go. Oh, wait, no, I've got the sound. I've got the sound mod right here. Hold on, let me do the sound effect. Shit, my mic's in the way. Hold on. There we go. I was trying to do the fart noise in my arm, but it wasn't as crisp as I thought it was gonna be. Now, I can't do the noise that I want. That's okay. So salty, the French one is gimped and doesn't get all its magics at 10.7. I mean, you can submit a bug report for it and see what Gaijin's gonna do, but I mean, you want to make the Mirage not worth playing? Just add the F8 Crusader and give it 4 magics. So everyone's running around in a French Crusader, literally, essentially, one-tapping 4 guaranteed kills. Because the magic can really doesn't get fooled by flares if you're up close and personal. And with the way that the Crusader is, maneuverability-wise, chuck the Mirage out the window, and the French made the Mirage. The French didn't make the Crusader. They want the Mirage to be appealing, I guess, you know. So it's like, why is it always when you're at school? Yeah, I know. I literally just woke up and I saw I got a message from Mike, and I'm like, bro, I'm not even awake. Like, come on. Ay. Why we can't host the new maps? Really? Well, Okay, they still haven't added them. They said that they did to this dev server, and they're still not there. Great one, Gaijin. Great one. So yeah, I mean, I've pretty much got nothing else to cover. I haven't even streamed for an hour, actually. I was kind of hoping to take a look at Breslau. I already kind of messed around with it in a custom mission, but it was like really stupid, and it doesn't show the map borders or anything. The suspension of the MiG-21? What? The camos on the Type 90? You're gonna have to give me a moment here. I'm gonna have to GE to it. Give me like well, actually, I don't. Are there ones specifically for the Type 90, or are they ones that I can show on like a Type 74? So I don't have to sit here and GE the fuck out of everything. Because I know that the... Oh my god. Premium jacket at 9.7. Oh, I guess they did put it back down to 9.7. Good meme. Rip everything that's 9.0, essentially. Stupid. Stupid battle rating. I hate everything that is 9.7 and that is Mach 1 capable, or Mach 2 capable, whatever. Not Mach 2 capable. Essentially can just maintain Mach 1 and have a shit ton of engine thrust and shit like that. Stupid. Like the fucking Q5 being 9.0. Like, I get it has shit guns, but what the hell? That's 9.0. It's really stupid. So, yeah, let me keep G'ing this for the moment. I know that it's just new Japanese Cold War camos in general, so let me actually just purchase the Type 74. If there's Type 90 specific ones, then... Because I know... Oh, so they changed the late bicolor, I believe. So it's more historical. Wait, I thought that was supposed to be more blue. I thought it was the other way around. That one's corrected. That one's corrected too. That looks really stupid. Looks not stupid, but funky, I should say. Stupid isn't the right word. At least when I grind Japan, now I'll have a shit ton of Type 74s to grind. They said Sky Flashes weren't coming to Britain, then they had Sky Flashes to Britain. Yeah, so, see, if you're, I'm assuming you're probably late to the stream, but I talked about this at the beginning. It was kind of why I didn't think that the Dragon was going to not have countermeasures, was simply because they wouldn't just add the Sky Flash like that, give it 30G overload, and then not add anything for any other nations, especially because it is a British missile, too, so, you know, like, decals. Bicolor has changed. Wait, these are the other ones. Oh yeah, yeah, these ones, yeah. Yeah. It's like 4K textures or something. It's taking forever to load. I don't really understand the Japanese methodology of this camo. I mean, I guess it breaks up the contours a little bit. For load the turret, that would be wonderful. I actually, since I play Armored Warfare a lot, these camos were actually recently offered in like a $10 bundle for Armored Warfare. These two winter camos. And I think the rest of them are the same, right? Yeah. Honestly, that's cool on the Type 90. Yeah, there you go. There's your camos. No. What are you talking about? The suspension of the MiG-21 MF. What are you talking about? Doesn't matter what missiles they added, the radars are fucked. Alright, I'll show you all the MiG-21. Jesus. Relax. I gotta GE through this stuff, you know. I don't own everything. I don't play War Thunder 50 hours a day, you know. There's not even 50 hours in a day. It's 24 hours. Why you bully? I'm assuming the F4F is still cocked. Germany has no BVR plane. Because the only other thing they would get is either like a MiG-23 or... Oh yeah, that's what I forgot to check earlier, was if the F4E got E2s. Put the flare pod on, why not? I don't know, I don't know how to say it. Relieved? What's the word? That's a bit melodramatic, but... It isn't 50 hours in a day, my life is a lie. What's new on this version of the dev server? Prep was asking. Well, Prep, they modeled shell ejection for a couple of tanks, with like open breaches and stuff, a couple other things, and the F4 EJ Kai. Do you guys remember the debacle behind this flare pod? Every time I look at this flare pod, I just think of like Gaijin HQ just like on copium. Everyone's like, it's literally like, I remember someone posted a picture of it on a Russian jet on a MiG with like Russian insignias and roundels, and they were like, no, not in Russian service, and I'm just like, what? It gets a lot of flares. Not a bad pod. Shut up, Trubisco. Whoa. Oh. Well, boys, I found what they did with the Shilkus tracers. Holy shit. White and red. That's whack. Oh, that's right. I forgot. I don't have an air brake now because of the flares. No. Yes, Gabriel, we get it. You really want to see a J37. If you played back the stream, you could probably see me playing it in the beginning without having to spam my chat. Thanks. Yeah. You get it, the vegan. Very cool. Something about the suspension on this? Oh yeah, I see what you're talking about. It's very subtle. Oh, nice. Oh, that's the other thing I forgot to check. Okay, first I want to look. So, F4E, it still says spaded, so no E2s. What was it? I want to go see if they, because I didn't see anything in the change log, so I highly doubt it. But I wanted to see if the Vigan had more, when it breaks in DCS, right? When you land a Vigan and you have thrust reverse on, which I should still have. Is it bound? Where's my thrust reverse key? Left control B. I don't know if the Vigan got the correct thrust amount, and quite frankly, I don't really care, because it's like, it's already using its stage 3 afterburner, so, I mean, at least in terms of fuel leaking, which what do you call it? My brain stopped again. Fucking radar noise. If it's missing 15% of the thrust, it might not actually be using the stage 3 afterburner, but again, the fuel drain kind of points to that being a thing. And yeah, see, this thing is bleeding speed more now, so even at high speeds earlier, when I had all the missiles on, seems like it is indeed kind of fixed. And honestly, I'm kind of glad that the Sky Flash doesn't have 30 Gs, because like I said earlier, Zataris like couldn't find anywhere saying that it even had that the Sky Flash even was a 30 G roughly like missile. So what's new about the M1A1HC? Nothing. I looked at it earlier. There's nothing different. Other than, well, if you mean different in terms of like from the M1A2, it's literally just the M1A2 with APS, and it's going to be cheaper to repair. So no point in using the M1A2. Yeah, it seems to me they didn't get the nose suspension right. Slightly there, but yeah. Sky Flash is going to be ridiculous. If it gets the extra burn time, which is what it had on the dev server, I just used the EJ earlier in a test flight, and it seems like it has the same burn time as the F4E. The repair cost on this Vigan is going to be pretty high. I mean, maybe. It's a minor nation, so you already know that it's going to get shafted. Is that how it is? That must be. I mean, again, I don't know how you can tell if it's missing 15% of its thrust. Let me see if the burn time on this is still longer than the E2, because I believe the AIM-7 E2 was supposed to have a longer burn time. So far on the stat card, they only show the same thing. So, seeing some business for arcade. The J37, or not J37, J35A on the last dev server was 10.0 in realistic. What's the other MiG? Alright, let's see. Come on. If this thing has a longer burn time still, if it obviously acquires. Oh yeah. Wait, maybe not. Oh, I hit I instead of you. Whoops. Well, to me it seems like it has the same burn time as the AIM-7E now. Obviously it's not going to reach that, but yeah. I want to say this was a longer burn time on the previous dev server. This seems to be just like the AIM-7E now. Look at this Sky Flash files. I will, eventually. I don't even know if he's up right now. That missed. Nice beam. But yeah, essentially, it seems to me the burn time is the same now. I swear to God, this thing was burning for longer on the first dev server. Then the data of the dev server, there were guided bombs for Japan found. Let's check. I did see the JM bombs, but they don't seem to have a different icon. From what I understand, the Japanese had guided 750-pound bombs. No, they're just dumb bombs for right now. But yeah, I believe this should be able to carry guided bombs. Think we get the AJ37X patch? No. There's no indication that they're adding another one. I have nothing. So I don't think so. Oh, this also had more camos. There you go. I forgot to look at these. The bicolor blue and the ooh. Japan really likes to doll up their planes with a lot of paint, don't they? Huh. Let's see. So yeah, to me it looks like the Sky Flash is essentially just a Sparrow now. Just a normal Sparrow. I don't understand what's different about it now. It would be really nice if Gaijin put in the stat card burn times. like, it's the same. I mean, I can look at launch range, which is 31 miles. Convert that into whatever measurement you wish. If I go look at aim 7Es, 31. E2s are 31, E's are 31. They have no difference on the stat card now. Sweden's 122s get their historical ammo now. I mean, I think someone already asked about that, and I don't know, but don't remember. Yeah, they like painting their helicopters too. Konnichiwa-san. Ooh woo. Yeah, there's no new loadouts here. Let's see. What about the MiG-21 PFM? Why is everyone? This is nothing. I looked at the changes. There's nothing different. Like, well, there's something going on with the ME-264, but I don't know what it is. What? First of all, why do you even care about a bomber? I feel like I'm missing something. Let me go look at the changelog again. Oh yeah, speaking of which. It's just 600 pen flat now. This gun is higher velocity than the Arietti, so that's why it's actually better. Oh shit, I got the time fuse. I forgot. Oh, that's insane. Yeah, they might as well just give them M95 now. The DM33 is just kind of ass. I don't care if they have more armor than the 2A5 and the 2A6. It doesn't fucking matter because everyone just shoots all of this extra armor and it shot traps into the breach anyways. Oh, I forgot. Yeah, the rocket booster thing. Fuck it, we'll look at it. Why not? We'll do it. Who cares? We'll do it. Oh, it doesn't even matter because it still air spawns you in the test flight. Nice meme. Nice meme. Let's drop all these bombs and want to land it. I really wish for long-range bombers. I know like no one gives a shit because like they're bombers and guys themselves probably don't even give that much of a shit. But like, especially since we just got the Shackleton, can they take the cameras and put them down and back so you're looking at the plane like this? How hard is this? World of Warplanes has a better third-person view for bombers. And gunners. They put the camera slightly above the plane in order to where it's actually pretty accurate. When World of Warplanes has done something better for bombers than you have a problem. They remove, so the reason why the pen is different for that round, which also this landing's gonna be too fast. All right, one more circle. The reason why the penetration of that round got changed in a couple of other rounds, or well, the same round for a couple other tanks, was because they changed the drag of the round in flight. Bombers are brain dead SL grinders. Well, the sim community would gladly throw you away and burn you alive because they hate bombers, because they apparently are the root of all the problems in sim, and they're really not. Sim just kind of is a mode with its own issues because it's sim. You really can't even describe the issues with sim. Sim is just shot. Like, if they just left sim alone from what it was like in like 2018, it'd be fine, or 2019. Alright, if it repairs me and it doesn't air spawn me, we can probably look at the radar boosters. This plane doesn't slow down. I like how Germany essentially built a compact fuselage B-29. Vigan would have been fine without flares, to be honest. No, because have you seen how War Thunder Araby matches go? You need countermeasures in War Thunder. This isn't like DCS where you have really long engagement ranges and there's things that you can do before you even really get into a proper engagement. Like genuinely, like I don't understand that. Like this isn't DCS. Like without countermeasures, you are kind of screwed. Also, Lamau, they're spawning me with the Rado boosters, and only 2 of them activate. Okay. And I'm pretty sure only the 2 on the right wing are working because the plane is tipping. And they all drop. Okay. Well, there's your Rado. War gamers in chat like, oh, they gave it boosters. Yeah, and only 2 of them seem to work. Couldn't even get the Rado right. Oh my god, that's so tough. They changed the composition of this. What is it now? Or no, oh no, they just added more belt. I think they added the default and the universal. APHE, this one has APT in it. The ground target belt is just the mix. Oh, there is one thing I wanted to check actually, although I didn't see it in the changelog. I don't remember that loadout being a thing. Where's the KH-29T? For some reason, I was having a real big issue locking these things on the last dev server. It was like really, really frustrating to try and lock them. Fix my fucking microphone here, Jesus. Oh, and then I just knocked it down farther and bumped my mouse. Nice me. Hi, Iron. Hi, Mark. I'm glad they finally made mirror reflections like actually high res and not shitty. Check the SF viewer, they added the GBU38 JDAM. I don't really even... I've messed with the SF viewer before and I can't get it to work properly. I'm not even gonna bother. The IKVs lost their ability to swim. Really? That really sucks. Oh, now they seem to be working fine. Maybe it's because I'm in a test flight, but when I was in a custom battle, every time I would spawn into the air spawn, it would like mess me up. Oh, now the point thing is actually working. Where's the flare dispenser? The flare dispenser has to be on the top, and I don't see it visually on the model. I'm very confused. I'm pretty sure they're supposed to be on top of the fuselage. Like midsection, but whatever. Because if you go and you look at the trailer, or the teaser, there were flare dispensers on top of this plane. Where is plane? Can the Vigan still fly? Oh shit, yeah, we should see that. I forgot the Vigan could do that. See, I'm not a terrible pilot like France, so I don't end up in the water in the first place. Okay. See, France is a terrible pilot. That's how he discovered that. Okay. Also, I am definitely for next stream, after I end this stream, I'm gonna fix that chat window so it is not overlapping that stuff on the left side there. because that's really stupid. I can actually probably just lower it right now, but J-37 is Swedish Navy. Yes. It's a float plane, don't you know? The flare dispensers are pontoons. I love that you can just do that with this gun, by the way. It's so powerful with this ground target bell that it's just... It is really nice. You know, I've been actually paying and using, paying for and using Epic Thunder for like $10 or whatever. I've only like paid for it, I think, 1 month. And I'm gonna have to can that again because these sounds actually like are much better than his, because his mod just is, it can't be finished in time. All right, boys. Swedish Navy test. Well, it doesn't bounce, but it does float. It literally still floats. It's not even force J-ing me out, too. This is the greatest thing, actually. Guys, I'm moving. Oh, is the stream buffering right now? That really sucks. That's just YouTube then. Must be the stream. Is this stream really buffering? That's just YouTube, man. France is a terrible pilot. That's how he just... Huh. Oh, it's good now? Okay, I was gonna say, it was not buffering on my end when I clicked to it. Okay. Alright. Maybe it's because I was all tabbed. If it starts buffering again, let me know. And I'll probably just end the stream, honestly. Because, it might just be a latency thing. Is this still buffering? Wait. Stop. Stop the plane. Oh, I can't go backwards. I can watch my stream in 1080, although the compression is horrible because it's Streamlabs. I don't know. I gotta figure some shit out. I was talking with some other CCs the other day. They were helping me with some like rendering settings and stuff. I haven't tried recording with OBS yet. I start school in literally 6 days, so I've been trying to deal with that, so I haven't bothered recording or anything. But yeah. Could the Vigan take off backwards? No. I've tried it in DCS too. You can't take off backwards. Sadly. Would be really nice though if Sweden could get an AJ-37 Vigan. That would be really nice, Gaijin. So I can use Mavericks when I play Sweden, so I don't have to use RBO5s. Still could use RBO5s though, because it can mount them. I really, really want to play the AJ-37 Vigan in War Thunder in ground and do an ASMR video like that. You're streaming War Thunder, isn't compression obligatory? I think the next US plane's then. F14 at Christmas? I don't know, and I don't really even care, to be honest with you. I paid $80 for a full fidelity Phantom Tomcat in DCS, and no matter what they do in War Thunder with the Tomcat, I will still go play the Tomcat in DCS and have a million times more fun. The Tomcat is so much better in DCS. It's fun as hell to play that plane. It was like the best $80 I've ever spent on a video game. Like genuinely, in War Thunder, you know what it's gonna have? Its rudder's gonna be shit. Okay, it's not gonna be able to handle doing rudder maneuvers that well. Right? Like when you roll on someone, the plane's gonna stick its nose cockeyed to the left. Right? It's gonna either be super overpowered or it's gonna fly like dog shit. They won't even give it Phoenix missiles first. They'll just have it take Sparrows. Right? I honestly see them adding an F-16A before they add the Tomcat. Because all you're gonna be they'll just put the F-16A after the F-5E and you get 6 AIM-9Js and that's it. Like, and that's the other thing too. Like with DCS, I mean, War Thunder, I would like an AJ-37 so I could have Mavericks and RBO-5 so I can play it in ground. Just when I play top tier Sweden. But if I actually want to like play the Viggen and use the weapon system that I know that in War Thunder will most probably never get added because of balance, programming, and limitations of the engine, right, is the BK-90. Cluster. I don't think cluster munitions in War Thunder are ever going to be a good idea. I don't ever think that they're going to work. And I think it's going to just kill a lot of people's PCs. I mean, I know DCS is a little different engine-wise, but War Thunder still isn't using, like, multi-threading. I'm not super techie, but from what I understand, War Thunder still doesn't take advantage of multiple cores or threads or whatever it is. And DCS doesn't either, I believe. Actually, maybe it does now. I think in that one update they overhauled things. So, like, I think cluster munitions would just be, again, like a massive, massive balancing issue. Because have you seen what some planes can carry for cluster munitions? Have you seen how many cluster bombs some planes can carry? You can literally just carpet bomb with cluster munitions the enemy spawn, an entire, like, battle line or a cap. Or you could cluster bomb every single cap in the same run. I don't see cluster bombs ever being added to War Thunder because of the massive balancing issue that they would add. More than anything in the game. The K-50 for a time was ridiculous. The ADATs was ridiculous, right? What else they couldn't balance for a long time? There's so much shit. Okay. That would just cause, right? And yes, Soviet, to answer your question, the CV9040 bill finally gets its commander sight. Although in thermal, the shell ejection is in your face. It actually kind of almost like gives me, when you're zoomed in, like an epileptic kind of feeling. It like just makes the screen like flicker. Weird. That's kind of distracting. Oh, that was the other thing I forgot to check. I want to check it now. The bill reminds me. I don't think they changed the bill, but the TOW2B got its properties changed completely. I gotta check that. That will change in update 3.0 when the Falcon comes. They're adding the Ever Vulcan? I haven't been paying attention to DCS news recently. If that's the case, then that's pretty insane. Billy Boy is gonna be someone meta again. Yeah, let me go to the changelog here and read this real quick. So it says damage type from the cumulative jet has been replaced with an impact core. Armor penetration has been changed from 430 millimeters to 100 millimeters. Beyond armor effect has been significantly increased. So I've been told that this thing apparently overpressures everything.
Got it!
I forgot that Bradley had a new sound. Okay. Okay. Oh, the Falcon API. Oh. Duh. I forgot that. The only game I know that has the Falcon API that I've played is Red Dead.
The enemy tank has been destroyed.
Listen to that sound. Alright, well, we're gonna tow to this T-90 and see what's happened to the tow.
Got him!
Okay, well, it doesn't even pen the T-90. Because of all this shit on top.
Yes, a hit!
Okay. I don't really know what I'm assuming the spalling.
Next target!
So yeah, I'm assuming the Dardo has a new sound as well. I think it's the same as the one on the Martyr and the Type 87. Because of the fire rate.
The target has been destroyed!
Okay. So, okay, can someone, like, look at the penetration cam and tell me if this looks any different?
It serves him right.
It looks more like it has direct, straight down pen than, like, a huge shotgun pen, I think. That's what I'm looking at here.
Yes, a hit!
Okay, that was a bad shot. The F4E? No, I checked earlier, it does not. Only the EJ.
The enemy has been destroyed!
Try it on a T-55.
On target! Yes, a hit! It serves him right.
Seems they changed the terrain driving sounds, by the way. The mud and the dirt was like super, super loud last time. But then again, I'm in a Bradley, not a main battle tank.
The enemy tank has been destroyed.
I don't really understand. I'm assuming it's just the actual pressure of the missile detonating above the tank and it's killing the crew. I don't...
Got him.
I don't really understand what's going on. One missile not got a carousel. Yeah, but you saw on the T-90, I think it was because it was detonating on the machine gun. Let me aim higher a little bit. That's probably too high.
Yes, a hit.
Wasn't a bad shot. Definitely cripples the tank.
Next target.
With chances of a Type 10 being added as a new surprise MBT, like the BVM kind of was. Yeah, I don't know why they didn't really tell us about the BVM. That was kind of weird. They just kind of were like, yeah, new tank.
On target.
See, I don't know why it keeps doing that one shot. It keeps, like, absorbing into the APS optic. That's really weird.
Got it.
Actually, you know what? Let me get a different angle here. I've got 6 missiles, so let me go up here, maybe. Then yeah, I forgot. I'll check out the Type 89. I forgot I had something new about that, too. My favorite view for commanders is like the Bradley view. I don't know why. I think it's a cool view. And the Merkava Mark III. Listen to that fucking 25 though.
It serves him right.
4th gen fighter jets because MiG-27 could be big in F4 EJ Kai inheritance, 3rd gen plus. Yeah. Is that an official term though, or was that something that like Wallach is using this video for like is 3rd gen like plus like an actual thing? Or is that kind of just how people just nomenclature them?
On target.
Yeah, you don't aim to the breach on the T90. Like, aim to the side, because you'll hit the ammo. You don't even bother with the breach unless you want to crit them, obviously.
Next target. Yes, a hit. Got it.
Shouldn't that be going clean through the gun breach?
The enemy has been destroyed.
Oh yeah, I forgot to answer someone's question earlier. I had saw, but I was not paying attention. Was the Puma IFV, now that we have the martyrs? Well, here's the thing. I'll go into detail with that. So essentially, what I was kind of hoping that they were going to do with the martyr is just add the martyr 1A5 and the 1A3, because I think the 1A5 just gets a better Milan. I wouldn't say that Bradley's TOW 2B is useless. As well, it should not be 8.7 because of that. It should stay 9.0. The Striker is only 9.0 because it's a TD, but the Striker has a round that can lol pen 10.0s. You know, it's like, it's whatever. But yeah, so I'll go play the martyr while I'm talking about it. Where's my martyr? My martyr. Which I don't even have the rounds for. Let me G this real quick. Yeah, I don't think that the TOW 2B is useless. They just changed how it works, and it's whatever. It's still look, you're still hitting the top of a tank and destroying their gun breach like 99% of the time. If you don't aim like I did with the T90 and the Stora, and the TOW 2B, by the way, the TOW 2B is like the only ATGM in game other than the Crusader missiles, which don't get fooled by soft kill APS. So yeah, it should stay 9.0. You just got to learn how to aim it slightly differently. I doubt even IRL, I doubt the TOW 2B is that effective at destroying a tank entirely. And the other thing is, to IRL, if you get hit once, like from a TOW, you're gonna bail out of the tank anyways. So it's just kind of a War Thunder thing. Skyflash, because people are gonna be aware about them more than the regular Fox 2, and they're gonna use more chaps to the. I mean, just take Next and just be, what do you call it, conservative with your countermeasure dispense. I'm not in front of the T90, so it's actually not gonna block it. Bonk. Yeah, I looked at the Tunguska's optimal system. So, as I was saying, all I wanted them to do before they added the Puma IFV was add the Martyr 1A3 at like what we have now, like 8.0, and the 1A5 at like maybe like 9.0, because I think it gets a much better Milan. The same as the TOW 2B. No, voice crack. Is it? Does it? They only said the TOW 2B. They didn't say in the changelog. They didn't say that the bill was any different. So, someone just talked out front. I don't know what's going on. Wow. Jesus, I can't even pen this. That's really dumb. Gen 1 thermal, oof. But yeah, so as I was saying, the Martyr 1A3 and the 1A5, and then add the Puma. I thought it would be kind of stupid that you skip over essentially Germany's, like, what do you call it, workhorse for how many years, and just straight up jump to like the most modern thing. Which, by the way, doesn't the Puma get spikes? And the Puma's gonna have to come later this year because of the April Fool's update and them testing what was essentially a spike missile on like a goofy kind of steroid, but. Oh, I get a CITV view now. Which is actually lower than the gunner view. Nice game. Very cool.
Yeah, Treffer.
But yeah, the Puma would be ridiculous if they didn't add the martyrs first for the sake of having them in the game. What else? Oh yeah, I'll show the IRST view for a second. I think this guy. And the CV90 has them too. So the CV90 Mark IV, which I actually have it in Armored Warfare, it's really fun to play in that game. For the battle pass. Yeah, they get spikes in that game. The CV90 Mark IV and the Puma could probably be added at the same time because they both get a 50 mil, and they both get spikes. So anyway, so I'm going to show you the IRST view. So as you can see, I have the radar spinning. And I am locking this target. So if this was a Phantom or something with an RWR, they would know. All I have to do is go... You have to set this new key, which is change radar IRST mode, or sorry, switch between radar and IRST, which on aircraft is just this key. So they added essentially another keybind. Kind of stupid. Yeah, you don't get another mode. So obviously now I'm not locking him. So if I keep locking him like this again, and I press that key. Oh wait, no, sorry, I forgot. Wait, yeah. Okay, no. So at the top it says track the TRK, and then now it says IR. So now I'm IR tracking him. However, the radar's still spinning. He's still getting pinged, and I'm going to assume that he's not going to actually get the ping warning. But obviously, if you don't want anyone to know that you're even there, so say you're dealing with a helicopter, which, you know, they'll probably have thermal, obviously, and they'll see you. But if you're dealing with a helicopter and you don't want them to know that you even exist, you just switch to the IRST and you turn the radar off, and you are completely invisible. And you don't have to worry about, you know, manually looking at them at a distance and watching them fly around and guiding it, you know, like this. All you gotta do is lock them in IRST. They literally will not know that you're locking them now. If you have your radar on, they'll know that you exist. Okay. Otherwise, you're pretty much invisible. So. Alright. Yeah, and also I forgot that Dardo could get spikes too. That's pretty much it for me today. We can't even view the new maps right now. So it's also early morning, and I'm only, like I said, I was only really gonna stream this for the VOD, but we had plenty of people watching, so I'm gonna call it quits for now today. So FAE has an IRST bulge by the looks of it. I know the Ito 90M has a heat seeker too. Does it have? No, that's not how that works. The ADATs, we'll look real quick, but the ADATs already doesn't need that because the ADATs is beam riding. If you're in a K50, you'll just get a warning, but yeah, no, it doesn't have that. All you do in the ADATs is you just turn off the radar and it beam rides. Like that.
The enemy has been destroyed.
So. Sidem had shell ejection? Really? Actually, they did change missile characteristics. I want to go to the Sidem Mistral. But yeah, essentially, I'm pretty much done with the dev servers now, so I'm just going to look at one more thing for like a minute, and then... Oh, yeah. Oh, that's nice. Where's the, is there not an IL-28? The Mistral's still about the same. I tested it last dev server, but that was, I think, before they did the characteristics change, so... If that doesn't hit... Okay. Yeah. Still can get G overloaded pretty easily. I wish they would actually make it so it's Seeker can uncage.
Yes, sir.
So that's why you keep dying in Air Force Phantom? Yeah, you didn't figure that out by now? People just don't use radar. There's no reason to use a radar lock. If you're in something like a Gepard or a Tunguska, you already have really good gun velocity. And when it comes to the missiles, you just manually guide them. There's never been a need for radar locking someone if you have a SAM. Simply just because they're all sackless. You can guide them without it. So, but with the IRST function, now you can actually use radar and not get detected like as if you weren't locking in the first place. So, and yeah, I guess I'll look if it has IRST for a moment, and then I'm done, because I didn't get much sleep last night. I only did this just so I could get this out of the way now. What's the IRST key that I have? Num4? No. No IRST. Which I thought that was just a gun camera or something. But I don't know. Alright. Yeah, I saw they nerfed the shit out of Nords. So everyone says they didn't really nerf the shit out of them. They made them that you actually have to get a fucking hit now and not just spam them at people that are in tanks with more armor than a Spag, so good. Oh, the other thing I wanted to look at, I guess, before I end the stream. I want to see if RBO5A's got a new tracer, because the Nords actually have like a green little light, like a little effect behind them. So I'm just going to take off in this real quick. I really wish they would just up tier the SAB 105G and the OE, make them like 9.0 and give them AIM-9Js, because they're ground attackers, not fighters. They really should have been replicated that way. Whoa. Okay, well they gave it a white. Oh, okay. Well, they're definitely a lot slower now. Huh. Holy shit. Jesus. Yeah, now they actually have to accelerate. I do like how you can actually see it though. It's very similar to the DCS little things where you can actually see it. It's got like a navigation light. Can you check the 264 and check it? Just take out. I checked it earlier. It does work. However, you still air spawn and only 2 of them ignite. There's 6 of them in total and only 2 of them on the one wing ignite. So, yeah. Yeah, they buffed bullpups because they weren't performing right. Like, I'm sorry, but Nords were massively they were just too good. They really were just too good. I believe the bullpups, they got their velocity changed too. Yeah. Alright, well, I'm not going to show that though, because it's almost, I've streamed for almost 2 hours now. It's almost 11 o'clock. I got some shit to do, so. And no, the pitch controls are, they're fixed now for the RBO5 and the AS30. So, yeah. Alright, well. Thanks for sticking around, guys. And, a shame we couldn't check the new maps. I really wanted to look at those for like 20 minutes, but yeah. So if you have any questions, I pretty much covered everything noteworthy, like shell ejection animations, the new planes and stuff. So just go back into the stream and watch that. It might YouTube will probably have to like republish it though. But when it's over, just go click through the stream, see what you can see, and yeah. So I don't think we're going to get a third dev server. I think we're going to get a patch probably next week. I don't know. Don't quote me on that. Gaijin never gives you an official release date for patches. That's how they work. Or that's how they work, okay? So, yeah. Like I said, any questions that you have like said in chat, I've most likely answered earlier in the stream. So please go back and watch the stream. I already recovered a couple of things a handful of times, so. Alright. Oh. Another jet's about to fly over. Wonderful. I'm actually going to give my stream just a second here, because I notice it, for some reason, Streamlabs cuts off my stream, so. I will see you all later, but I'm just going to give it an extra, like, minute here, because it's really weird. So, yeah. 11 p.m.? I said 11 a.m. Did I say p.m.? I meant a.m. It's 11 in the morning. I just didn't get, like, any sleep last night, so I'm tired as hell. So, yeah, it's 11 a.m., but I didn't get good sleep last night, so I feel like shit, and I have to make some phone calls today, I think, so. Yeah. Dev server is going to be up for 24 hours, by the way. Last thing let me mention, so yeah. Alright, I will see you all later.